Well, it's another fabulous day in the shop. If you've seen from the cabin weekend, I ended up with a blown out U-joint, another one. Cap's totally gone out of there. But I go through a lot of U-joints on this thing. So Nathan and Andrew talked me into spending some money.
But you never spend any money. You gotta start spending money. Money spending's good.
On some RCVs. So I got the RCVs, and I'm gonna throw them in. And if you've ever put RCVs in a TJ, you know that you have to grind out the inside of the knuckle. So I'm gonna be working on that today and getting this thing up and going. It is Wednesday night after work, and I gotta get this thing going because the snow is here. It is dumping snow in the hills. Okay, let's get this thing tore apart. Get the knuckles ready to go. I'm a little worried that, because I already got the other axle out, that when I pull this axle out, it's gonna dump fluid out of this side because the axle tilts just a hair this way. We'll see. Right about now. It looks okay. Yeah, look at that, baby. Yeah.
That's ugly.
But I am gonna throw some new U-joints in there and sell the chromoly freaking 10 factory shafts to somebody for a good deal. So somebody's ended up with a good deal out of this. I just gotta spend a bunch of money. Knuckles off, and it's here, here, and here where you gotta grind out to fit the orange boot of the RCV to get it to work. Something like that. They say 1/2 inch down and about 1/8 inch off the metal. So all three of those spots. And then apparently, once you get it ground out big enough, they give you this little tester. And if it fits in there without rubbing, which it definitely does not yet, then you're good to go. I am not good to go yet. Okay, I think we got her. So there's their tester. There's how much we ended up grinding. Kind of a lot, but goes inside the bolt holes. Okay, we got a problem.
You got a problem?
And I don't know how I'm gonna fix it in time, but here is said problem. I put these axles under the Jeep in 2018, and they come with really good ball joints, but you know, it's seen a lot of abuse since then. Let me see if I can show you. And it is very, very free. There should be some resistance. I think the ball joints are shot. The soonest I can get some shipped to my house is Sunday. And like I said before, I'm trying to wheel Friday night and Sunday during the day. Man, those lights are just bright. And Sunday during the day. On Amazon, I can get the good Terraflex joints, but they won't be here until Friday sometime if I order it to somebody else's house that lives in town and then go get them. So that's what I'm gonna try to do, but as you guys, I'm sure, know, even though Amazon says they'll be here Friday, it's for Chuck luck anyway, it's always a day after. So we'll see. If I can get them Friday, we'll be good to go. No problem. If I can't, then I got to make the decision to either put the tires on the other Jeep and, well, I can't put the MTRs on the other Jeep. I guess I could either run it with the 37s or I could steal my dad's tires that for a new project that he's building there. They're the 1350s, and they do really well, but the snow's going to be epic, and you know I'm going to be playing in ditches, so I don't really want to break the hardtop or thrash the hell out of this thing when it's supposed to be my nice Jeep. Or I just throw this thing back together with the wobbly ball joints and risk it. I think I'm going to make the order, and if by Friday at 2 o'clock I don't have it, then it's just going to go back together. If I have the ball joints, then I'll maybe skip wheeling Friday night, do the ball joints, throw this thing together with brand new ball joints, which is really what I should do anyway. So that's the plan. That's where we're at. Both knuckles are ground out. I'm going to throw some paint on the bare metal and get everything else ready to go, clean up the shop a little bit, and cross my fingers, and hopefully the stuff gets here in time. This time, I decided to spring for the ball joint remover tool and the four-wheel drive kit, which they didn't have last time. If you see me struggle with the JK ball joints, I got the four-wheel drive kit. I think it'll go way better. I ended up canceling the order for the TerraFlex ball joints because I realized they don't work with RCVs. So I ended up just getting a set of parts store Moog ball joints, and they work perfectly fine. Okay, with the four-wheel drive kit, they come out so much easier. And I'll show you guys a little trick. I get this tensioned pretty good, and it's pushing down on the ball joint into this cup. And once you get it like pretty tensioned, but about as far as you can turn it without worrying about stripping the threads, you just I don't know if you could see that moved, but it absolutely did. And then this thing is like loose again. So give it a couple taps, the ball joint will move, and then you start pressing again or putting more tension on it, and it'll come right out. Way easy. I found that trick on YouTube. Okay, new ball joints in. Royal pain. I mean, it did go better than the JK, but still royal pain. And this one, for whatever reason, is like a little loose in there. So I'm gonna tap it down and give it just a couple tack welds on the edge to hold it in place. New cotter keys, but it seems crazy. This started out with just installing a set of RCVs over there to now I had to grind out the knuckles, replace the ball joints, and welding with putting in a set of axles. That just seems wild. Okay, so if you want to put RCVs in a TJ, understand that they don't want that boot to rub anywhere. So you got to grind out the knuckle a lot. You got to have these special bolts. Come on, focus. And I think I'm gonna have to take the bolts back out and grind the head down a little bit because that one rubs, and at full lock, the head of that one rubs back here. So I don't know. I'm gonna call them tomorrow and see what most people do. I mean, do I really gotta grind down the heads of their special bolts to get this thing to work? Okay, it's Friday morning. RCV is open. So I was able to give them a call and explain to them that the bolt heads up here were rubbing against the boot. And in the instructions, it says make sure the boot is not rubbing on anything. So what they said is some of the brands of wheel bearings have just a little bit offset threaded holes, so it moves the bolt head in a little bit depending on the brand of wheel bearing. And he said it's some, not others. You don't know what you're gonna get. So what he said to do was reach in there and mark each bolt head where it comes in contact with the boot. So I marked all the insides of the bolt heads with a Sawzall blade. I was able to just reach in. Come on, focus. And mark them. So now I'm gonna grind off that portion with the grinder, the cutoff wheel, and throw them back in, torque them, make sure that part lands where the boot is, and then it should be good to go. Throw the brakes on, throw the wheels and tires on, go wheel this snow that we got outside. Well, let's see how it works. So I've been in the shop all day working on the TJ, getting the RCV install complete to where they don't rub. Worked on the Rotopax mount on the JK. And I'm glad I got the TJ done because we're at like 400 feet and it is dumping snow, baby.